Here's something nobody talks about. In a world where everyone is documenting everything, there are people who document nothing. They have accounts, they scroll, they see your posts, but their own profile? Empty, quiet, untouched. And people wonder about them. Are they okay? Do they think they're too good for this? What are they hiding? But here's what most people miss. Maybe they're not hiding anything. Maybe they're protecting everything. Because there's a kind of person who learned something the rest of us are still figuring out, that your life doesn't need an audience to be real, that meaning doesn't require proof, that some of the best moments you'll ever have will happen in complete silence. No likes, no comments, no digital footprint, just you, fully present, fully alive. And if you're one of those people, you already know what I'm talking about. You've felt the weight of expectation every time you considered posting something. The mental math. Will this get enough likes? What will people think? Is this good enough to share? And somewhere in that process, the moment stopped being yours. It became a performance, a product, a plea for validation you didn't even know you were making. So you stopped. Not all at once, maybe. But slowly, you started posting less, then rarely, then not at all. And something interesting happened. Life didn't fall apart. In fact, it got quieter, simpler, more honest. See, there's a psychology to why some people don't post. And it's not what most people think. It's not about being shy or antisocial or secretly miserable. It's about understanding something fundamental. Your identity is not a brand. Your existence is not content. And your worth is not measured in double taps. Psychologists have a term for this: intrinsic motivation. It means finding value in something for its own sake, not for external rewards. People who don't post often operate from this space. They do things because they want to, not because it'll look good online. They travel to experience, not to curate. They cook to nourish, not to photograph. They live to feel, not to be seen. And that shift from extrinsic to intrinsic changes everything. Because once you stop needing the world's approval, you start trusting your own. You stop editing your thoughts into captions. You stop filtering your emotions into posts. You start living in full color again, not in Instagram presets. But let's be real, it's not always easy. There's this quiet pressure that comes with not posting. You see everyone else sharing their wins, their trips, their perfect moments. And for a second, you wonder, am I missing out? Am I falling behind? Does my life even matter if no one sees it? And that's the trap social media sets. It convinces you that visibility equals value. That if something isn't posted, it didn't happen. That if you're not performing your happiness, maybe you're not actually happy. But people who don't post have seen through that illusion. They've realized that the most meaningful parts of life rarely make it to the feed. The late-night conversation that changed how you see yourself, the quiet moment of clarity in the shower, the way your heart felt when you finally let go of something heavy. None of that fits in a caption. None of that needs a filter. And maybe that's the secret. The people who don't post aren't rejecting connection. They're rejecting performance. They want real relationships, not follower counts. They want depth, not reach. They want to be known by a few people who matter, not recognized by thousands who don't. There's also something deeper happening here, something psychologists call psychological ownership, the feeling that something truly belongs to you. And here's the thing, the moment you post something, it stops being fully yours. It becomes public property, open to interpretation, subject to judgment, vulnerable to misunderstanding. So people who don't post are protecting their sense of ownership, over their joy, over their pain, over their memories. They're saying, this is mine, and I'm keeping it. And there's a quiet power in that. Because we live in an age of oversharing, where people post their breakups, their breakdowns, their most vulnerable moments, all for engagement. And while there's nothing wrong with sharing, there's also nothing wrong with not sharing, with keeping some things sacred, with letting some moments live only in memory. People who don't post understand that privacy is not secrecy, it's self-respect. It's knowing that not everyone deserves access to every part of you, that some stories are meant to be told face-to-face, not screen-to-screen, that some feelings are too big, too raw, too important to be reduced to a post. And here's what's interesting. Studies show that people who spend less time on social media report higher levels of life satisfaction, not because they're ignoring reality, but because they're living it. They're not constantly comparing their behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. They're not measuring their worth by engagement metrics. They're just existing, and that's enough.